getting beat on. I realized I don't think I have it anymore because I got the ability to stay in shape, but I don't got the fighting guts, I don't think, anymore.
Mike Tyson's legendary boxing career, marked by decades of dominance and wearing the crown as if it were custom-made, ended not with a triumphant victory but a stunning humiliation.
The Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight.
Interesting.
Script.
How so? What do you mean by
It's just
script?
weird. It just
Like scripted in what way?
no, I don't know. I actually really like Jake Paul. It just seems so it's odd.
The once unbeatable champion bowed out in a shocking turn, leaving fans to reflect on the rise and fall of a titan. What brought down the baddest man on the planet? Surprisingly, it wasn't age or injuries, it was money. Mike Tyson, once a fearsome heavyweight, stepped into a scripted fight against a YouTuber half his age for a massive payday. Tyson's legendary boxing career didn't just end, it crashed spectacularly, complete with a lawsuit. Watching the once mighty Tyson, famous for devastating punches that sent opponents flying, reduced to struggling against Jake Paul, a YouTuber-turned-boxer, was heartbreaking. It was a painful fall from grace for a man who once dominated the sport, leaving fans to mourn the decline of a true boxing icon.
Later this fall, he is back in the ring at age 58 to pummel a kid from YouTube. Watch Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson live November 15th on Netflix.
The fight on November 15, 2024, wasn't just a loss, it was a cringeworthy spectacle. Tyson, once a knockout machine and boxing legend, was reduced to a shadow of his former self. He landed a dismal 18 punches across 8 rounds, an embarrassing contrast to his prime when 40 to 50 punches per round were routine. Watching him fight in slow motion felt like seeing an old action movie stuck on pause. Jake Paul, 31 years younger and relatively new to boxing, essentially played babysitter, holding back as if knocking Tyson out would hurt his image. The fight resembled a bizarre celebrity charity match, but the only thing raised was public embarrassment. And the reason for this match? Money. Tyson pocketed $20 million for the event, a payday hard to refuse, even if it meant becoming an internet meme. Fans were outraged. Some called it elderly abuse, while others labeled it a scripted circus after a suspiciously accurate fight prediction leaked online. Tyson's legacy, built on fearsome dominance, is now tied to a loss against a YouTuber. It felt like seeing an iconic 80s rock band reduced to playing in a pizza joint. For many, it was a heartbreaking fall from grace.
When it was clear as day that Jake's face was wide open to receive it. Bro, this is disappointing.
The internet erupted with conspiracy theories, with fans crying foul over Tyson's lackluster performance. Many had bet real money, expecting him to unleash power punches, but instead, they saw slow jabs and awkward footwork. The real knockout. How quickly fans tore down Tyson's legacy. But it wasn't just about the fight, his life outside the ring unraveled too. His wife, Leia Kiki Spicer, reportedly called it quits on his career, prioritizing his health and remaining legacy. Meanwhile, Tyson seemed torn about retirement. One day, he teased a potential fight with Logan Paul. The next, he expressed uncertainty, saying, "It depends on the situation."
I'm just fighting to take care of my bills, basically. I don't have the stomach for this kind of no more. I'm more conscious of my children and those guys looking at my appearance. I don't have that ferocity. I'm not an animal anymore.
Mike Tyson was meant to be remembered as the unstoppable force that crushed legends, not as a former champ chasing one last payday against internet stars. His last fight wasn't just a loss, it was a public humiliation. The official scorecard said it all: 80 to 72, 79 to 73, 79 to 73. A unanimous decision so lopsided, it felt like Tyson's boxing obituary was being written in real time. These weren't close rounds. Jake Paul, 31 years younger and far less experienced, dominated from start to finish. Watching Tyson, once capable of ending fights within seconds, get thoroughly outclassed was heartbreaking.
I seen him a little bit tired. I didn't want to put too much hurt on him, but I wanted the fans to get a good experience. But there was a point where all of my aggression and like super violence and like I'm gonna knock this guy out and show him, it went away when I wasn't getting hit.
Paul's fight against Tyson wasn't just awkward, it was a masterclass in PR management. Paul clearly held back, easing up during the bout as though sparing Tyson from an even worse fate. This wasn't about respect, it was damage control. Knocking out a 58-year-old boxing legend would have turned the internet against Paul faster than you can say, cancel culture. Instead, Carrying Tyson through 8 rounds kept the show going without making things unbearably uncomfortable. Still, fans were left heartbroken. This wasn't the Tyson they idolized. Watching him struggle to land punches and eat jabs from a YouTuber felt surreal, like seeing a childhood hero stumble on live TV. The once indestructible, baddest man on the planet, now looked painfully slow, moving with less speed than bad Wi-Fi. For those clinging to hope that Tyson had one last thunderous punch left, the fight was a bitter reality check. Spoiler, he didn't. But Tyson's toughest battles weren't in the ring, they were in court. Weeks after the fight, he faced a $1.6 million lawsuit from Medier, a Cyprus-based company behind Rabona Sportsbook and Casino. They alleged Tyson breached a promotional contract tied to the fight because Netflix sponsored the event instead. Adding insult to injury, Netflix faced a $50 million class action lawsuit over their botched live stream. Over 990,000 viewers reported glitches, blackouts, and buffering so bad it felt like the fight was streamed on dial-up. Fans who paid premium prices for the pay-per-view demanded refunds. For Tyson, Paul, and Netflix, the fight wasn't just a spectacle, it became a storm of legal and reputational fallout, leaving everyone questioning if it was worth the price.
Reason and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this, so that tells me he's getting bought. So again,
Tyson's career didn't end with a knockout or a standing ovation but in a courtroom, entangled in legal battles. Allegations of breached contracts, class action lawsuits, and demands for refunds overshadowed a once legendary boxing run. Instead of celebrations, his legacy unraveled amid disputes and shattered reputations. His final opponent wasn't Jake Paul but a relentless mix of bad decisions and lawsuits. After watching Tyson endure 8 grueling rounds against Paul, Spicer reportedly had enough. This time, there was no bell to signal salvation, only a bittersweet conclusion.
Understand what a champ he was. Like he wasn't just the heavyweight champion of the world. He was an executioner. Like
Truly.
Every fight was just a matter of how long was it going to last.